Hello Stellar friends, it's Amber here, and today we are going to be learning how to play the beautiful Morning Has Broken, made famous and sung by Cat Stevens. Now if your goal is to learn how to play this song confidently on your guitar, then you are definitely in the right place. I have such fond memories of singing this song many years ago as a kid at church, so I'm really excited to teach the song to you today on the guitar. So let's jump into the lesson. So I've zoomed in to take a look at the chords we have in today's tutorial. Now we have a lot of chords today. It's 15 chords in total. Now don't freak out or click off this video. The chords that we need to learn are actually not difficult chords. There are just a lot of them. So bear with me and let's run through each of the chords we need for the tutorial today. So the first chord we need is an A major. Next up, we need an A7. So for this, you can just lift your middle finger, or you can put your second finger in its place on the B string in the second fret. We're also going to need an A minor chord. Next up, we have a B minor. Now this, I'm going to be playing as a bar chord today. But you are welcome to use an easy version of this, which is either just 3 fingers, or you can use the 4-fingered B minor open chord. We're also going to need a C major, a D major, we have D7 next, and we have D minor. Moving on, we have an E major. We also have an E minor chord. The next 2 chords are bar chords. We have an F sharp major chord. This we play in the 2nd fret with a bar, and we create an E major chord shape. The next chord we need is an F sharp minor, and we're going to stay exactly in the same spot, except we just take our middle finger off of the strings to create an E minor chord shape. Now, if any of this is confusing you and you are wondering what I'm referring to with major and minor chord shapes, then you are probably really curious and want to learn a bit more about bar chords, power chords, and all those sorts of interesting, fun things. So I would highly recommend you take a moment to click the link below this video and go and check out my Let's Level Up guitar course, which talks about all those amazing, interesting, cool things. So hopefully you can sign up and I'll welcome you into the Let's Level Up guitar course. Now the next chord we need is an F major chord. Now of course you can play this as a bar chord too, but I'm going to opt for playing this as a hybrid version where we're going to take our first finger and bar it over B and E in the 1st fret, and then we're going to create an almost bar chord shape with the other fingers without the strain of that 1st finger having to bar all 6 strings. And we can strum this from the A string down. So really just use whichever F major chord you are comfortable with. It can be the 4-fingered hybrid version, it can be a bar chord, it can even be the 3-finger easy F major 7 chord. It's really up to you and your abilities at the moment. We're also going to need a G major. And the final chord we need for the song is a G7 chord. So really take some time here, pause the video, or go through these chords again slowly and just practice those chord shapes before moving on into the next section of today's tutorial. So let's get started by looking at the intro of the song. Now, important thing to note here is that the song starts in the key of D major before it modulates to the key of C major in the verse. And this is why we have so many chords in the song, because we're kind of playing between 2 different key signatures. So the intro of the song, the chords are going to be up on the screen for you. The chords are going to be a D major to a G. We have A. We have our F sharp. From here we go to B minor. G7 is next, C major to our F major, and then back to C again. Now it's really important to note here that the song is performed in what we call 3/4 time. So it means we're going to be counting up to 3 on each of the chords. So it's a waltz-like feel, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So what we're going to be doing is holding each of those chords up on the screen for 3 counts each. So let's try that now with just 1 down strum on each of the chords. So I'm going to count up to 3, a 1, 2, 3, D, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, A, 2, 3, F sharp, 2, 3, B minor, 2, 3, G7 and C, F and C. So that is in essence the feel and flow of the song. So of course we can add in a strumming pattern here, and the strumming pattern we're going to be using for the entire song is going to sound like this. Down, down, up, down, up. And we're going to count this. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and. Okay? Down, down, up, down, up. And you really want to put emphasis onto that first down strum on beat 1. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and. So we can try that intro using the strumming pattern, starting on the D. A 1, 2, 3. Down, down, up, G, A, F sharp, B minor, G7, C, F, and then we end with 1 down strum on that final C chord. That's what the little star next to the chord is indicating to you. Now a little tip here that you can apply to the strumming pattern is to use the final up strum as a place to change from one chord to the other. And I'm finding this specifically useful, especially between the B minor and that G7. It's a really difficult and tough chord transition. So if we're going to play from B minor, down, down, up, up, I'm literally playing open strings so that I can get ready and prepared to play the G7 on beat 1. And you can do that on every single chord. So if I show you again from the B minor, it's going to be down, down, up, down, lift to our G7. Now this is happening really quickly and you're not even going to notice it. There's not going to be this weird open string sound. It's going to happen so quickly, but it's going to help you stay in time and not have awkward pauses between your chord transitions. So the next part of the song we're going to look at is the verse. And this is when the song has modulated into the C major key. So let's start off by looking at the first half of the verse. So I got a bit distracted there because my dog is destroying the pillows behind me. Bailey, you gonna behave, boy? You promise? Otherwise mom gets distracted. Okay, so let's get into the verse of the song. So the chords will be up on the screen for you. And we have a C major to our D minor. We have G to F and to C. We then repeat the C again to E minor, to A minor, D7's next, and then G. Whoop, and we have G again. So what we need to do is, again, hold each of those chords for 3 counts each. So we can use the strumming pattern that we were talking about, down, down, up on each of those chords. So let's try that now nice and slowly, starting on the C major, if Bailey will let me. So we're going to start on the C major, and we're going to count up to 3. 1, 2, 3. Down, down, up, D minor, to G, F, and C. C again, E minor, A minor, D7, and to the G, and G again. So if we add some singing there, it's going to sound like this. A 1, 2, 3. Morning has broken like the first morning. C again. E minor, A minor, like the first G, and G again. Now the second half of the verse has a whole new chord sequence, okay? But the strumming pattern is going to stay the same. So let's go through those chords in the second half of the verse. We have C to 2 rounds of F, back to C, to A minor and D. We switch to our G chord, to the C and the F, the G to the C. And if we add our pattern, down, down, up, here we go. 1, 2, and 3, and F, F again, C, A minor and D, G to the C, and F, G to the C. So we're going to go ahead and put that entire verse together, starting on the C major. Here we go. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. To see, praise for the singing, praise for the morning, the G chord springing fresh from the word. And then this is going to lead us straight into the instrumental. So let's look at the instrumental chords. There's nothing really too new here, except the chord sequence is going to be changing. So we have our F major chord to our G, E major is next, A minor, G7, to our C, and then back to our G7. And our strumming pattern is again down, down, up, down, up. So that instrumental is going to sound something like this. A 1, 2, 3, F, G, to the E, A minor, G7, C, and then 1 strum on that G7 chord. This is going to then lead us into the second verse, which is going to be the exact same chord sequence as verse 1. So we're going to skip that and rather go ahead and look at the next part of the song, which is when the song modulates to the D major section. And this is going to be taking place in verse number 3. So in verse number 3, the chords we have are going to be completely different. They're just a whole tone higher than C major. So it might feel like you're learning a whole bunch of new chords, but the melody line is going to sound the same, but it's just 1 tone higher than what we were originally playing the song in. So we have D major to E minor to A, G, and to D. We repeat the D again. We have F sharp minor to B minor to E, and 2 rounds on our A chord. So that's the first part of the third verse. And with our strumming pattern, down, down, up, it's going to sound like this. A 1, 2, 3. E minor, A, the G, and the D. D of the F sharp minor and B minor. E saw the A, and A again. So now we move across into looking at the second half of that verse. It's going to start on the D, to the G, and G again, D to B minor, and E, A to the D, and then the G, A, back to the D. All right, and if we put the strumming pattern, a 1, 2, D, and the G, G, the D, and B minor, and E, A, D, and G, A to the D. This is really an excellent song if you are wanting to work on your chord transitions. And the fact that it's in 3/4 time also has to keep you on your toes, because the majority of songs we are playing these days are mostly in 4/4 time, where we're always counting up to 4 on each chord. So by playing in 3/4 time, where we are only holding one chord for 3 counts, it means you're having to work a little bit faster and a little bit harder to get to the next chord on beat 1. We have less time on each chord. So the final thing we're going to be looking at today is the instrumental that takes place after we've played verse number 3. So at the end of verse number 3, we are going to be playing an instrumental that's going to modulate us back into C major. So it's going to take us on a journey back into our C major key signature. So the chords are up on the screen. So we have our G major. So Bailey, we're going to need you to just scooch across there for a second, pup. Okay, so we have a G major chord. It's our A. We have F sharp to B minor. We then go to G7 to C, our F, and to C. And there we're back in the key of C major. And our strumming pattern, down, down, up, down, up. All right, 1, 2, and 3, and. So let's give that a whirl, starting on the G. A 1, 2, 3. G7, C, F, and C. And then this is going to lead us into the final verse of the song, which is just repeating verse number 1. So those are the main sections of this amazing song, and all we're going to be doing next is a playthrough, which is coming up next. So let's get ready for a full playthrough on that D major. Here we go. A 1, 2, 3. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word. The rain's new fall, sunlight from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness, where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, Eden so plain. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. you the teacher now? Are you the teacher? Are you going to be the teacher for the day? What are you going to teach us? What song? Are you going to teach us Who Let the Dogs Out? Yeah. Is that the song you want to play and teach us, boy? What do you think? Is that a good idea? Who let the dogs out? Woof, 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 woof. So that's how you play Morning Has Broken on the guitar. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and I suppose Bailey today in this lesson. If you enjoyed the lesson, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel. Come and join the Stellar Guitarist community. Until next time, I cannot wait to see you in another tutorial. Have a wonderful day. Bye.